Many Android developers prefer to test their apps with physical devices. You get a better sense of how your app will really behave in the real world. In order to use a physical device, you'll need to connect it to your computer with a USB cable. On Mac OS X, the device is almost immediately ready for setup, but on Windows, you might have to install a device driver. If you're using a Google Nexus device, the device driver can be acquired through the SDK Manager. I'll go to the menu and choose Tools, Android SDK Manager. Then I'll click the SDK Tools tab and show that I've downloaded the latest version of the Google USB driver. The next step is to go to the Windows Device Manager. On Windows 10, I can go to the Control Panel by right-clicking in the lower left corner and choosing Control Panel from the menu, and that'll work the same way on Windows 8 and 8.1, and if you're on Windows 7, go through the Start menu. Next, I'll type the word Device into the text box, and then click the link for Device Manager. With your device plugged in with a USB cable, it might appear in a number of places in this menu. You might see a category named Android Phone, or as I do, you might see it under Portable Devices. If you see it under Portable Devices, it's quite likely that the device driver is already installed, but you can make sure you have the most recent version installed following these steps. Right-click on the device, and then click Update Driver Software. Then click Browse My Computer for driver software, and navigate to your SDK directory. Under the SDK directory, you'll find a subdirectory named Extras/Google/USB driver/i386. Browse and select that directory, then click Next, and then follow any other prompts you might see to install or upgrade your driver software. If you see this notice, that means the driver software is already installed. Now again, these directions are specifically for Google Nexus devices. If you're working with a device from another vendor, you can get the drivers and instructions for installation on this web page. There are some basic instructions at the top of the page, but then at the bottom there's a listing of OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, and links to their web pages where you can download the appropriate device drivers. Again, you only need to do this on Windows. On OS X, devices connect automatically. And either way, you should be ready to go on to the next step, setting up a feature named USB debugging on your physical device.